Okay, I am getting excited for Thanksgiving next week. I'm sure you are as well. This is a great time of year to be decorating, welcoming guests into your home. So Cath Shaw Truelove is back this morning from Bees on a Bicycle. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So
Good morning.
You're so fun for me because every time I begin to think, oh, this is what Cath does, I find out, nope, there's another layer to you.
Oh.
You love helping people, that's one layer. You have this great interior design background. You love plants. You love creating an atmosphere, I guess, in a home.
Absolutely, yes.
So what you've done today is you're giving us kind of two different looks that you can use for tablescaping, you call it.
Yes.
But just kind of be inspired and use it in your home wherever you feel the need. Doesn't have to be your dining room. Is that fair?
Absolutely. Tablescaping can go in lots of different places. A lot of people think about it in the dining room, but why not put it on a buffet or a bedside table, or especially a bedside table of a guest room where you might have a special aunt that's visiting or a sister that you haven't seen in years. How can you make them feel special by creating something that's interesting and different that they visit when they come to your home?
And to that end, if you're doing it in multiple rooms of your house, especially with the guest room, maybe think about each guest and his or her own personality a little bit.
Absolutely. And they might have had a really stressful plane trip or drive across the state. Especially Tennessee is long and thin, so they might have had a really long drive across the state. So you can have something like this little guy. He's fun and whimsical. Graham, my husband, thinks it's a giraffe. I think it might be some sort of other guy.
Oh, I would have pegged him for a giraffe too. Graham and I are on the same page.
Exactly, exactly. And so anyway, he's got some succulents in him. And this particular tableau that I've done here is what I call avant-garde, or just something a little bit more modern or chic.
Okay, I want people to take a look at this, and the camera will have to zoom out a little bit to get the full effect. So what Cath has done, where you see the white tablecloth, this is one setting. Yeah. I think one of the reasons I love you so much is that you're a minimalist, but you find this beautiful way of taking purposeful pieces and you create an atmosphere with them. So you've got here a mixture of real plants and faux.
Exactly. So these are our real ones, and these are two faux plants. And so one of the things that I'm trying to do is just create something like, there aren't necessarily any rules. People are like, wow, Cath, you put onions on a table?
I love that.
Well, why not? They've got a great color that goes really great with this particular faux plant and the concrete container that it's in, and the color of our animal's body here.
Right.
And so one of the things that we do a lot at Bees on a Bicycle is figure out what do you already have and love that you want to marry with something new and fresh.
Okay,
and
so can I jump in then on that one?
Of course.
Because for some reason I love rocks. I don't know why, I just have always loved rocks. So these are ones that you had already in your possession. You just found a new way to use them.
Exactly. These are actually granite, and they come from where my mom used to live up in Maine. And so I have them here. So this might be a treasured object that somebody would have in their home. And then we would pair it with something like this from Bees on a Bicycle to kind of create something fresh and new.
And then what you've done here, I don't know how much the camera can pick up, but again, I love just the play on hue. You've got the pretty rose gold in your onion, and your candle holders here, what's the word I'm looking for?
Votives.
Thank you. Have a little bit of that gold hint to them.
Exactly. And part of that comes from the candle that's inside, but this one's purple and blue, so you've got some of your cool tones, but going into some subtle warm tones as well.
Okay, so now let's move down the table, so to speak.
Okay.
I would have never thought to do this, but your idea here is if you have kind of a corner table or something against a wall.
Exactly. So imagine a long thin. A lot of people's dining tables are rectangular, right? And so imagine one of the short ends going up against the wall. That's where you would put all of this, because this is way too tall for a centerpiece. You wouldn't be able to see your buddies.
Right.
And so this would go up against the wall, and then the table would come out from there, and then two people, maybe two across from two, or a group of five with one at the head of the table would sit over there. And this would go at the tall bit towards the wall.
Okay, so real here.
Yeah.
Faux here.
Yep.
And then these are cranberries, which I guess you can do. I guess these are cranberries, which you can do as real ones or fake ones.
Exactly. Cranberries are a bunch of fun to string. And you can do that. I will say they darken a little bit as they age on your tree or on your table. So these are faux cranberries and a little larger, and they're a ton of fun and they go really well. And I've paired that with some gold bowls and gold votives. And so we've gone with the red and gold combination.
You're a big believer too in using things in multiple ways. So if you were to go and get the beautiful gold holders that you have there, bowls that you have there, when the seasons transition, you can still use them in other ways. The pieces alone are beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. So if I had these at my house, I would probably fill them with a little bit of water and do floating candles in them. A lot of people that have come and taken a look at them think about them also for things like candy dishes or something to put a bunch of mixed nuts in at a party. Or you can throw your keys in them and all your mail in the large one, and that sort of thing. And so there's lots of different ways you can use them.
Okay, we are coming up on Thanksgiving next week. On Small Business Saturday, you will be open. People can come if they are not, come back on the other side of the tree. If you have not yet done your decorating, maybe you're going to do it that weekend. Come bring some pictures. You can give people some ideas.
Absolutely. One of the things that we do is sometimes people come in with photos from their purse or sometimes photos right on their phone, and I work with them not only on projects that they might be doing in their yard, but something maybe in their front doorstep or in this case in their dining room. And so they're like, hey, here's what I've got and here's what I want to keep, and what can you do to spice it up?
And suppose you do have something sentimental. Maybe you have something that you've inherited from a parent or a grandparent and you want to use that. Can they bring that item to the store and maybe you can help them find something?
Sure, or a picture of it, or you can just describe it. You know, I've got a pretty vivid imagination. And so a lot of people are like, hey, I've got this dish and it's got blue and purple tones. And so we might pair it with one of these purple votives or something like that. And we'll just brainstorm together and come up with something fun and interesting.
I'm telling you, the hard thing you're going to have to face is that when you go into the store, you're going to want to talk to her all day because she's such an interesting person, not to mention excessively talented. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Bees on a Bicycle down on Market Street. If you go online, beesonabicycle.com, you can give her a call, 703-225-9686. But go and shop and support always small businesses on Small Business Saturday.
Thanks so much, Julie. I really appreciate it.